Lowjik Optismal for getting through life's shit. I'd say that's the general slogan for today's word creation. And essentially what Lowjik Optismal is logical forced optimism. And we're going to talk through kind of why I structured the word as I have, and also why this is so important. So Lowjik Optismal is essentially when you are skeptical and a pessimist maybe by nature, or you're in a pessimistic state of mind at that time. However, you absolutely need optimism to accomplish whatever it is you're trying to do, or just continue to exist, essentially. Because on the spectrum of pessimism and optimism, it's a lot more dangerous to go all the way pessimistic than it is optimistic. If you're way too optimistic, you can maybe be delusional or taken advantage of, and there will be things that you put too much energy into that don't pan out. If you're overly pessimistic, your life just stops. I mean, that's where it goes. I mean, its worst case scenario of existence is ultimate pessimism. So, like, you don't believe anything, you're not going to try to continue living, or you're not going to stand for anything and just let your life devolve into madness. So if you're a naturally pessimistic person and things are going poorly in your life, you got to force some optimism. You have to find a way to keep that in your life, or it's the worst case scenario. And I, by nature, am a pretty skeptical and pessimistic person. And I would say that weaves through most areas of my life. And then there's small little things where I become tremendously optimistic about if I really believe in them, and I think that there's things that can grow with them. And I would say the main thing that I've been optimistic throughout my life is myself. I've had that mom belief about myself all along. I've been pessimistic about a lot of things, but I have always believed in myself probably more than anything else and more than anyone else. And it's so important that I've had that, honestly, because I don't really have anyone cheering me on anymore. There is not sources of outside optimism for me. And even though I am a pessimistic person, if I don't bring out the optimism, it's over. I mean, like, I have nothing keeping me going at that point. So even as a natural pessimist, you've got to find ways to keep yourself going and build some optimism in your life. And so I would say I'm a pessimist, but I enforce my life with logical, necessary optimism. And that is the word Lowjik Optismal. And the reasoning for that word is I basically try to structure it like Pepto-Bismol, which, I mean, you take for like upset stomachs, it makes you shit. It's just something that you kind of got to do to get through shit. So when you're trying to get through the shit that you experience in life, you need some optimism to keep going. So if you're feeling low, you gotta use some logic, Lowjik, and be optimistic regardless of how terrible things look. And that explains the entire structure of Lowjik Optismal. And of course I changed the C of logic into a K because I like Ks. That was a good push. Because if you go full-blown pessimism and don't believe in anything, that's when you quit. And if you quit and you never try and at least don't give yourself a chance to succeed or do something, then you're just going to permanently fail. And good things aren't just going to fall into your lap and happen. You have to make those happen. So even if everything sucks, you got to stay optimistic. It's not easy, but you have to do it. And I will say that is absolutely where I've been for a long time at this point. I can confidently say every single aspect of my life at this exact moment is worse than I was expecting it to be. Career, hobbies, social, romantic, family, friends, all of it. It's all been worse. It's all been disappointing. It's all been bad. I am not satisfied with a single aspect. Honestly, the only part of my life that I'm proud of or feeling good about is the person I am right now and how I've conducted myself through this tremendous amount of failure. It makes it extra bewildering that I am feeling good of the person I am because things have gone so badly with even how good I think I've been doing. And that just makes things not really make sense and probably should lead me to think, hey, maybe you're not such a good person. But really, that's the only thing keeping me optimistic is the person I am. So I guess we just gotta stick with that and keep the course, because I'm the only one fueling Lowjik Optismal for me right now, and that can't go. So I guess that's where we're at. A precarious situation for sure. Let's move on to our song and video of the day. To go along with some of what I was saying in today's video, I chose Everything I Am by Kanye West as the song of the day. We also did a Kanye video of the day, because as crazy as this man may seem at times, he does have a lot of insight and things to offer to the world, and I think that Kanye really is an awesome person. I mean, there's plenty of flaws to go along with him, but those can naturally come with someone that's trying to do something special. And I chose Everything I Am because I think it's maybe the most underrated Kanye song out there. It's extraordinarily deep, a very touching song, and shows even failures and shortcomings can also build your character as well. I would seriously recommend checking out this Kanye song if you're unfamiliar with it. One of my absolute favorites. Then the video of the day, I just wanted to find something about like Kanye loving himself for being like super confident, and it did not take long. And I had never seen this video until I was just searching for it for video of the day. And it was a great fit, kind of a long monologue that he did on the Kimmel show, probably unprompted, but I think that there's a lot of value that can be pulled from this as well, and a lot of mom belief exuded in this one.